and so on. But I would request the Honorable Minister to, along with the ministry, Union Ministry, to get these funds into the state of Goa, because it's the need of the hour, because we have to preserve our forests and develop our forests. We have our forests, but we don't see people going into the wildlife sanctuaries. We don't see people going into the parks. We don't see people going into the zoo, into the bird sanctuary. We have five wildlife sanctuaries in Goa. We all know that. We have one bird sanctuary, we have one zoo, we have one national park. But it is not developed the way it is developed in the other states and globally. So I would request the Honorable Minister to look into this and start developing these parks for the betterment of Goa and betterment of our people. And when we say we want to promote interland tourism, by developing these forests, that's how we can promote interland tourism. Because right now, we see Goa and tourism as only the beach. Nobody has looked into the interland tourism. Our talukas like Sattari Taluka, Kankon Taluka, Sangye Taluka has very big forest coverage. So half of these sanctuaries and parks belong to these talukas. So when we start developing these forests, and we see that there is no coexistence between the local people and the forest officers. So it is very important that there is a coexistence that happens between the local people and the forest officers, and whatever issues are there of the local people is solved in a very harmonious way and jointly, because we see forest rights issues, land issues happening. We all the time hear complaints that the forest officers are troubling the local people. So this shouldn't happen. When we will see that our sanctuaries will start developing, our park will start developing, this is how we create employment. This is how our tourism, what we are promoting, trying to promote high-end tourism, hinterland tourism will go up. At the same time, I would like to bring to the notice of the Honorable Minister that being chairman of Goa Forest Corporation, all the 9,000 hectares of Kaju cultivation is under the corporation, but unfortunately because of lack of funds with the corporation, the cultivation is not maintained, the yield is not up to the mark. And it is a sad situation, because we say Kaju is the cash crop of Goa, but unfortunately we export Kaju from outside. If you compare Goa to Karnataka, to Maharashtra, Kerala, we are number 4 or 5 in the list of the Kaju cultivation. And it's a sad situation, because this is only because our the lands where Kaju is cultivated, it's not maintained. It is taken over by the forest. So if we have the funds to develop these the yield and increase the yield, we develop these the Kaju crop. As a forest corporation, if you give us the authority to get people from Vengula or other people who can guide us to teach us how to increase the crop, why this is happening, why Goa has gone down the list, why we can't, why our yield has gone down so much that we are number 4 in the list. So if the government can give us some authority to take forward the plantations, to take forward the parks and the sanctuaries, that will help all the local people as well. For this, we need somebody to guide us. We need somebody to help us bring about this change, because this can't happen without the help of the union ministry, because if we get funds for the government, we can develop our parks. आमी पळयतात की हांगा आमी आमचे zoo आसा, बोंडला zoo आसा, but we don't see parents going there with their children take them for the weekends there. We don't see that happening. We don't see the locals going to the wildlife sanctuaries. We don't see the people going to the bird sanctuaries the way it should be. I was just reading that in Haryana, they are coming up with a world's largest park. It's called the Aravali Safari Park. So they say that it's going to be the world's largest park, and they're doing this with the help of the Forest Ministry, Tourism Ministry, Environment Ministry, and they're coming up with this park. So similar park आमी तर गोंया हाडलो जाल्यार हांगा कितले आमच्या लोकांक फायदो जातलो आमी येवजुपा शकता, because we need people, we need to understand that people should be interested to going there into the park. We need to see that people go inside the park. There has to be a reason. थंय camping sites आसपाक जाय, eco trails आसपाक जाय. कित्याक वतले म्हणून ते लोक आतां थंय तर भितर गेले. रायट नाव वी डोंट सी एनी एनिमल्स, देर इज नथींग. सो आमी तर थंय एक सफारी पार्क, असो हाय एंड सफारी पार्क तर हाडलो, लायक द वे हरियाणा इज गेटिंग. Then we will have tourists coming here. We will have the locals going there. At the same time, we will create employment for the local people also. Because आता पळय जे issues चल्ल्या with the locals and the forest officers, here we will see that going down. So right now, we need to develop in tourism point of view, we need to develop this forest, because Amitar Manta, we have to get people interested into the forest rather than just the beaches of Goa. We have to develop our sanctuaries, we have to develop our wildlife parks, we have to develop our bird sanctuaries, create camping sites here, create beautiful eco trails, eco tourism cottages, for people to come and do this. So if Haryana can get this model into their state, I would request the Goa government to implement the same thing and develop one of our sanctuaries, one of our parks into this beautiful safari park, where we have all the wildlife animals and the grazing grounds, whatever is required for them. If our government gets, our tourism is going to go up, the locals will get, when you involve the locals, this rift that happens between the locals and the forest will also reduce. We will preserve, आमचे सगळे हे तालुका आसा ते वेस्टर्न घाट्सान पडटा, so all this will get preserved. जे आता पयर एक नोटिफिकेशन आयलां, आमचे 36 तालुकाचे 55 विलेजीस तुमचे काणकोण तालुकाचे आसा, सांगे तालुकाचे आसा, इतले आमचे 90 villages have gone under the draft notification, and they have said they are going to be eco-sensitive areas, which is not acceptable, because पयलीं म्हणटा ते this is just a draft notification, but we have to see that without a plan of action, they can't say that these villages are eco-sensitive villages, because as it is, Goa is such a small place, and आमचे तर इतले villages जाले थंय, but they have to give us a plan of action की ह्या villagesचे कितें जातलें, थंय कितें development जातलो फाल्यां. की they say this can't happen, that can't happen, but they have to bring to our notice that फाल्यां ह्या villagesनी आमी कितें करपाक शकता, because tomorrow there has to be a clear plan, because फाल्यां आमकां म्हणपा जायना की तुमी हांगा इको टुरिजम हाडपा शकना, तुमी हांगा पार्क हाडपा शकना, तुमी हें डेवलप करपा शकना. सो ऑल दिस is like it is a very important issue, आणि because as it is आमचे इतले, like I've just said, forest is a very big cover in Goa. So when we develop हें हो जालो एक इशू, 2 मिनटां घेता स्पिकर सर, हो जालो ड्राफ्ट नोटिफिकेशनाचो जो एक इशू जालो. पण at the same time, हांव जें म्हणटा, developing our parks, it is very important, because at the same time developing our cashew cultivations. हांव पयर फेणी बद्दल उलयल्लें, कित्याक फेणी is also part of the cashew cultivation, कित्याक आमचे जे cashew apple आसा ते इतले 80% wastage जाता. So not only फेणी, cashew appleचे कितले value added products आसा, where we can start micro processing units if we think about it. आणि हें तर आमचें तर कल्टिवेशन वाडलें, आमचे सेल्फ हेल्प ग्रुपाक we can involve them, तांकां benefit जातले, आमचे local farmeraंक benefit जातले. At the same time, जेन्ना आमी हे sanctuaries आनी आमचे park, आमचे हे bird trails जेन्ना हे सगळे develop जातले आमचे गोंय राज्यान, तेन्ना आमचे locals जे आसा तांकां कितलो फायदो जातलो आमी येवजोवपाक शकता. So we have to develop this as an ecosystem, and I request the Honorable Minister to look into this, and with the help of the Union Ministry, get the funds for our forest area to make this as a role model, Goa as a role model in development of the parks and all the sanctuaries and the forest, and help develop the forest and promote interland tourism. Thank you, Speaker, sir.
Dr. Chanakant Shetty.